my Ninja Warriors, welcome to the second session of inverse trigonometric function. Today we are going to start with property number 1. So we are going to discuss property from property 1 to property 6. Everything we are going to see in this particular session, okay, from 1 to 6. So where property number 3 is absolutely important, and rest every property is important, but 3 is something which is slightly tricky. Rest every property you will feel, ma'am, okay, that is fine. So today's session is going to be dealing about properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So we'll start the session right here, right now. But before that, I would like everybody to know about this MVSAT examination, which is Mega Vedantu Scholarship Admission Test, okay, where this test is absolutely free over here. You can register, you can see that you can just select your board, your name, your grade, your city, your center, etc., etc. And now, can you see that complete all India rank you will get? Along with all India rank, you are going to get the detailed performance report as well. Okay, so yes, that's about it. And there are some prize money also which is involved over here, some expensive gifts. But you know what? This though is priceless, but with this something which is all India rank with complete performance report which you're going to get. Now that is more important. So make sure that you give this, and you will get scholarship also on Vedantu courses, and you will be getting some free resources along with free counseling sessions as well. Test dates you can see 4th, 5th, 11th and 12th October. So you can check it out. Our centers also where the MVSAT is going to happen. If that aligns with your area, make sure that you give it. You can check out the syllabus also over here. Once you register, you will easily be able to download the syllabus. Okay, so make sure if you can give the exam, your area, your region is aligned. I think this is absolutely free test. Everybody should give it. Now let's discuss all the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, so now property 1, property 2, property 3 we have already discussed, right? What was property 1? Tell me. Ma'am, property 1 was very easy. It was similar like sine inverse minus x is minus sine inverse x. Then cosec inverse minus x was minus cosec inverse x. And same goes with tan inverse minus x is minus tan inverse x. These two are same thing. These three are same thing. Now, cos inverse, sec inverse and cot inverse. In this category, if you have cos inverse minus x, you will get pi minus cos inverse x. This was property number 1. Property number 2 was also very easy. It was sine of sine inverse x. When we get inverse trigonometric function inside bracket, directly write x, no need to do anything. Now property number 3 is something which we need to work around. We have seen graphs, and now after property number 3, which is important, you can see that in previous year papers they have asked questions from property number 3. Okay, that is important. And one more thing we have seen, that interconversion of trigonometric function, that topic is also important for ITF. Okay, so now we are going to study property number 4. Property number 4. Everybody? Okay, clear? Chalo. So now property number 4 is also very popular property. This will be useful in all the upcoming chapters also. That sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is nothing but pi by 2. But the condition is x should be lying in domain minus 1 to 1. And similar, cosec inverse x plus sec inverse x is also pi by 2, but the condition is x should be lying in domain, that is mod x greater than or equals to 1. And tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is also pi by 2 over here, but here x, domain of x is not restricted, it is all real values. So let me prove one such property. Which property do you want me to prove? First property I'll prove. Okay, so sine inverse x, I am taking it as theta. Okay, so what will happen? Tell me. Ma'am, sine inverse, ma'am, from here we can write, if this is your theta, na? So cos inverse x now will become pi by 2 minus theta. Yes or no? Okay, now tell me, if sine inverse x is theta, Then theta lies in which quadrant? Tell me. Ma'am, theta lies in obviously na minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 principal range, right? The output is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. If you put minus pi by 2, what will you get, ma'am? If I put minus pi by 2 in place of theta, I'll get pi. And if you put pi by 2, I'll get 0. That means that this particular pi by 2 minus theta will always lie in 0 to pi. We don't have to worry. This cos inverse x output is already we don't have to do anything. It is already in that output range. It is already in the permissible value. So what you can do is, if cos inverse x is equals to pi by 2 minus theta, what you can do is you can take cos both the sides. So cos of cos inverse x is equals to cos of pi by 2 minus theta, taking cos both the sides. Why we can take cos both the sides? Because the right hand side is already 0 to pi. Okay. So now what you can do is cos inverse cos x. See, x is already minus 1 to 1. So cos inverse cos x will become x, and this is going to give you what? Pi by 2 minus theta. Cos, here this is nothing but sine theta, sorry. Cos 90 minus theta is what? X is equals to sine theta, but this is what we have got. What am I doing? It is not proving anything. Hold on. Cos inverse x is pi by 2 minus theta. Oops, I think it has got proved. This. Oops, no need to do this also. I think it is very easy. Sine inverse x is theta. So x is what? Ma'am, x is equals to sine theta. Now sine theta can be written as cos 90 minus theta. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now take cos inverse both the sides. Why cos inverse? Because now we want cos inverse x. Cos inverse cos will be pi by 2 minus theta. So now can you see that cos inverse x plus theta. Theta is nothing but sine inverse x is equals to pi by 2. Now you get it. Now you get it. Okay. So what did I do? Sine inverse x is equals to theta. So x will be sine theta. Sine theta is cos 90 minus theta. What I did is I just took an inverse. Now, what I told you, see, sine inverse x I have taken as theta. Okay, sine inverse x is theta, where theta is belonging to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay. Now, x is equals to sine theta. Now, sine I am writing as cos 90 minus theta and taking inverse both the sides. So, cos inverse x will become pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. In the next step, call sine inverse x on the left hand side and you will get your answer. Easy? Yes, now the second and third you have to do on your own. I am going to give you a question right here. This is a JEE main PYQ. Everybody JEE main PYQ. Okay, so just solve it till I charge my charger. Sorry, mic. one question on property 4. By the way, are you able to figure out that whenever there is sine inverse x and cos inverse s together in one equation, it is so obvious that I have to convert something, and I think I should do this. Plus 3 pi by 2 minus sine inverse. I don't know how many of you were able to put this. Huh? It was so obvious or not? How many of you were able to do that? Okay. So now this is what? 2 sine inverse minus 3 sine inverse. 2 sine minus 3 sine. So minus sine inverse x is equals to 2 pi by 5 minus 3 pi by 2. Sine inverse x is what? 10. 4 minus 15. So minus 11 pi. Okay. So minus sine inverse. Minus minus cancel. So sine inverse x. Okay. So what is x? Tell me. The number of real solution. X is equals to what? Sine 11 pi by 10. Sine 11. Hold on. How can this be possible? Sine 11. Not possible. Not possible, bro. Not possible. Not possible, no? Because see, this is going out of the range. 11 pi by 10 is greater than pi. Sine inverse x can never be greater than pi. Greater than pi is the very difficult thing. So how many number of real solutions? 0 number of real solution. Yes. Okay. All right. One more question. One more question you'll do. And then we'll move on to property number 5. Solve. Property number 5. Sin inverse x square minus cos inverse x square. Remember that. How many of you saw my reel, by the way? I was a student. 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9. 4 square minus 3 square. Huh? 4 square minus 3 square is what? 4 plus 3. Huh? And 4 minus 3. Okay, so a square minus b square apply. Okay, so this is pi by 2. This is sin inverse minus cos inverse, right? What we will do is, we need to either, now first of all understand, sometimes we need to check what do we want in life. Do we want sin inverse or cos inverse? Because both we can get. Either I'll convert this cos inverse in terms of sin or this sin inverse in terms of cos, right? But what do we want? We want 2x square minus 1. Okay, 2x square minus 1. Okay, so let's do one thing this time. I don't know, but and can you see that? Okay, so I will convert this time into cos inverse. Let's see. If not, then we'll come back. We'll redo it. Okay. And why I am going to tell you that also. Why, ma'am, you pick cos inverse this time? 2a by pi. Right? 2a by pi. So can you tell me the value of cos inverse x, ma'am? Pi by 4 minus a by pi. A by pi is equals to cos inverse x. Yes or no? So x is equals to cos of pi by 4 minus a by pi. X is what? Suppose I mark this as theta. So cos x is equals to what? Tell me, ma'am. X is equals to cos theta. Right or wrong? X is equals to cos theta. I put cos theta over here. So 2 cos square theta minus 1 is equals to what? Ma'am, cos 2 theta. Now you just have to put the value of theta. So this is cos of pi by 2 minus 2a by pi actually. And cos 90 minus theta is what? Sin 2a upon pi. Sin 2a upon pi. Option B is absolutely correct. Okay. All right. Now who can tell me, acha? Who can tell me? I know that you will find difficulty, ma'am. If I would have at your place, I would have converted cos inverse x in terms of sin inverse. How many of you think like that? I think mostly. But ma'am, why did you specifically chose cos inverse? Why did I specifically chose cos inverse? That's my question. That now after solving it, are you able to realize there is some hint given over here? There is some hint given over here. Okay. There is some, and I completely agree. Ma'am, we can't think that far away. That hint is there. No. 0 to 1, what is this hint? This is the hint. Can you see that if x is sine theta na over here, if x is sine theta, 2 sine square theta minus 1, there is no formula. But if x is cos theta, then we have a formula. So that's why I thought that why not calculate cos inverse x. Okay. Eventually I wanted cos x is equals to x in terms of cos. X should be in terms of cos. I want x in terms of cos. So cos is relevant over here. Okay. Otherwise, you will be stuck. Otherwise, you will get stuck. And then you will come back and then domain. Domain is same, na? Domains are there is no problem with domain. Sine, cos, sine inverse, cos inverse, domain is same only. Okay. So I think this question you can redo. We'll move towards property number 5 now. So property number 5 says that, okay, property number 5 is actually, see, understand, this is quite intuitive. We have done this. Tell me, if your sine inverse 1 by 2, can I write cosec inverse 2 over here? Yes or no? Because inside sine inverse, what do you write? Values. So sine inverse half will be, and you'll get angle. Angle will be what? You will think about when exactly my sine inverse, when exactly my sine theta becomes half. Ma'am, sine theta becomes half at pi by 6. And here also you think same thing, ma'am. Cosec inverse 2 means when exactly my cosec theta becomes 2. That means sine theta is equals to half. Same question, same answer. Okay, so this property is based on same thing. Cosec inverse x is equals to what? Sine inverse 1 by x. Sine inverse x is equals to cosec inverse 1 by x. Easy peasy. Okay. And in here you know that cosec inverse and sine inverse output, the range. Can anybody tell me the range? Cosec inverse and sine inverse range. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 both. They follow the same pattern except 0 is there. But yes, they are from same bracket, same branch, same category. Similarly, sec inverse and cosec inverse. These two are also equal because sec inverse range is also 0 to pi. Cos inverse range also 0 to pi. So sec inverse x is 1, cos inverse 1 by x, cos inverse x is sec inverse 1 by x. Now what about this? What about this? Cot inverse x. Okay. Cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse x only if they are lying in first quadrant. Why? Because see, understand, cot inverse x is actually the output is 0 to pi, and tan inverse x, the output is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So I can clearly see that the first quadrant is an overlap. That means when x is positive, we can write such things. But if x is negative, so cot inverse x will be equals to tan inverse 1 by x when your x is positive. But if your x is negative, so cot inverse x is negative, right? Cot inverse x will be equals to pi plus tan inverse 1 by x. Why we are adding pi, understand. See, here tan inverse x, because x is negative, so tan inverse 1 by x will lie in what? Fourth quadrant. So minus pi by 2 to 0. Now you want to push this value, and this is cot inverse x. These two values will become equal. See, let me tell you, this is tan inverse, let's suppose 1 by root 3, now minus root 3. Okay, and this is cot inverse minus root 3. So cot inverse minus root 3 will be what? Tell me. So ma'am, cot inverse minus root 3 will be equal to lying in second quadrant. This is in second quadrant. So this is pi plus pi by 6. Pi minus pi by 6, sorry. And what about this? This is minus pi by 6. Okay. So what we are doing is minus pi by 6 will get replaced by tan inverse minus 1 by 3. So it will be cot inverse is equals to pi plus. Cot inverse is equals to pi plus. So in second quadrant, this is negative value, no? Tan inverse 1 by x will be a negative value. So you are adding pi to it. Adding pi to negative value will shift this whole thing in second quadrant finally. And cot inverse x is equals to second quadrant is good. Cot inverse negative x is what? Second quadrant. So only the fifth property, that too, this part you have to keep in mind. This is very important. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Ready for property number 6. How many of you ready for property number 6? Because after property number 6, we are going to solve some problems. Oops, I don't know. How long can the class be? Let's see. Property number 6. Property number 6 says tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equals to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. First of all, understand, do you remember that tan a plus b is what? Tan a plus b upon 1 plus ab. Like that. Sorry, not that. Tan a plus tan b, what am I doing? Tan a plus tan b. Tan a plus tan b whole upon 1 minus tan a tan b. Same thing is happening over here. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, similar. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Can you see sum upon 1 minus product? So sum upon 1 minus product. When xy is less than 0. Sorry, xy is less than 1. So then the product. So you have to take the product of x and y. If that is coming less than 1, directly apply this formula. If that is coming greater than 1, condition that both x and y are positive, then you have to add pi to it. Okay. And you know what? If x and y is negative, now I to never use this one. Okay. When x and y is negative, so we know that when x and y is negative, now you just take minus sign out already. Right. So I think majority these two formulas you have to remember. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equals to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy, and tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equals to pi plus same thing. Okay, we'll solve problems, you will get to know. And if at all tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is there, so just apply a negative sign, and the best part is there is no such condition, only one formula. Okay, this is very, very, very important formula, because if you see sum of two inverse trigonometric ratio in any question, we are going to use this formula. Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you. See this, suppose tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. Okay, so now tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2. So ma'am, if you just do the product, you will get 2, which is greater than 1. Greater than 1 means you have to put pi plus tan inverse 1 plus 2 upon 1 minus 1 into 2. This is the formula. Okay, plus tan inverse 3 was right here. So this is pi plus tan inverse what? Tell me. So this is what? Tan inverse minus 3. And this is plus tan inverse 3. And you know what? Tan inverse minus something is minus tan inverse something. Remember property number 1. Okay. So minus tan inverse 3 plus tan inverse 3 cancel. This is going to be pi. Okay. Right. So you need to remember tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is equals to pi. Similarly, tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2. Tell me the product, ma'am, is half, which is less than 1. Now less than 1 means you don't have to add pi. Directly apply the formula tan inverse 1 plus half upon 1 minus product. Plus tan inverse 1 by 3 was already there. Okay, so this is tan inverse. This is going to be 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. So 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 3. Okay, tan inverse 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 3. Okay, now understand. Correct? Kya? 3 by 2, 1 by 3. Now if you can, tan inverse 3. Oops. Yes, tan inverse 3 is what? Cot inverse 1 by 3 plus plus tan inverse 1 by 3. That is going to be pi by 2. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Perfecto. Now let's do one question on property number 6 and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Let's do one question. Property 6. Property 6. Okay. Shall we do together? Shall we do together? Sin inverse 12 by 13. So whenever they give sin inverse, cos inverse, anything they give, I know only one formula. I will apply that formula. I don't care about sin inverse, cos inverse. So this is tan inverse. So obviously if you mark this as theta, so this is 12, this is 13, so this is 5. So this is tan inverse 12 by 5. Okay. If sin theta is 12 by 13, so tan theta will be 12 by 5 plus. Cos inverse, you have to convert it into tan inverse. So this is your base, this is your hypotenuse. I want perpendicular upon base, so 3 by 4 plus tan inverse 63 by 16 is there. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, after that maybe we'll need one more session for ITF. Okay, this question I think will be done. One more session I'll take for property 7 and summation of series. Okay, chalo. So now tan inverse 12 by 5. Now we have to apply this in here. So just multiply these two and check whether xy is greater than 1 or less than 1. Okay. So ma'am, if you multiply 4 3s are 3 3s are 9, 9 by 5, that means greater than 1. Greater than 1 means pi plus tan inverse 12 by 5 plus 3 by 4 upon 1 minus 12 by 5 into 3 by 4. Okay, plus tan inverse 63 by 16 is right here. Okay, you know what? Now, obviously, you have an urge that, ma'am, 4 1s are 4, 4 3s are 12. I don't do that. I never do that because I want to take LCM. Okay, so I know you will try to cancel it, but don't cancel it. Okay, so this is pi plus tan inverse. Tell me. 20 minus 12 3s are what? 36. 20 minus 36 is minus 16. And this is 48 plus 15. 48 plus 15. Tell me. 48 plus 15 is 63. Oops. Oh. Plus tan inverse 63 by 16 was already there. Now we know this minus sign will come out because property number 1. In tan inverse, minus sign comes out. But in cos inverse, it doesn't happen. Right? It will be pi minus that. But in tan inverse, sin inverse and cosec inverse. In these three things, minus sign comes out. So now these two will get cancelled. This is just pi. So k value is equals to 1. Okay? K value is equal to 1. Everybody getting it? Yes, yes, yes. Now there is one question which I am going to give you as a homework. Okay. What shall I do? Shall I give JEE advanced question as homework, or shall I do it? Chalo, we should do it. Okay, let's see. We should do it. Or let's go this as homework. I'll continue with this in the second class, in the next class. Okay, because anyway we have less time. So now I think the one property is remaining, and the summation series is also remaining. Make sure that you are practicing. So many things already. Okay, and yes. So the next part will be covered in the next video. And yes, you all know about the offers which is going on these days on the website, and also regarding MVSAT also. Okay, so make sure that the last date to register for MVSAT Mega Vedantu Scholarship Test is nothing but what do we say, 30th September, and the dates are 4th and something. Okay, let me just give it to you. Let me just tell you about MVSAT already. Is it visible? Yes, it's visible. Can you see? Yes, this is MVSAT. Register for MVSAT. You can see the dates are 4th, 5th, 11th and 12th October. And your syllabus. See, this is your centers. So you can check it out, your centers also. Your syllabus is also mentioned over here. And post registration, you can download it. So make sure that you are registered.